Hi all. So for today, let's find out errors or mistakes in English sentences. To be precise, grammatical mistakes in English sentences. So you need to observe minutely and closely, mostly at the articles, at the prepositions, at the conjunctions, and the parts of speech like adjectives and forms of the verb, because that's where these errors or mistakes primarily and predominantly lock themselves up. Okay, so let's begin. The first sentence which I have written here: give me that rod on which I want to remove this water. Okay, pause the video and keep thinking. So I have written 5 expressions here: on which, from which, of which, at which, with which. Which among these would fit in the first statement? Okay, so what are they? What are these? These are actually constructions or expressions or combination of preposition and a pronoun. Okay. On which refers to the surface. From which refers to the source or origin. Of which refers to a part of something big. At which refers to the time. And with which refers to an object or an instrument or a tool. So which construction or expression among these would fit in the sentence? Give me that rod with which I want to remove this water. Give me that rod with which I want to remove this water, because with which is the construction which addresses or refers to a tool or an equipment or an instrument. Here comes the second. Hardly had the song begun than the lights went off. Spot the error. So what is the error? This is the error. Hardly than construction is wrong. We say hardly when. The error is hardly had the song begun when the lights went off. Now, in order to say that something happened and another big thing happened after that, very soon, right away, we use hardly when. And when do we use than? We usually use than with no sooner. No sooner and than is the combo, and hardly comes with when. So hardly had the song begun when the lights went off. Next is, he has called a meeting in order to forming the cabinet. Okay. So what is the error in this sentence? In order to forming is a wrong construction in the sentence. Then what is right? If you have to use in order, then you need to write to form. Okay, you use infinitive form of the verb with in order to. You can write, he has called a meeting in order to form the cabinet. Or there is another way. If you have to keep this word intact, I mean, if you have to keep the word forming, then you have to use the phrase with a view to. Okay, with a view to. So, in that case, your sentence will become, he has called a meeting with a view to forming the cabinet. Now, why do we use ing form along with this phrase with a view to? Because forming becomes a gerund with this phrase. Gerund is an activity that has got ing. So this sentence is all about a purpose, or there is an aim, there is an intention, there is a cause. So you can say he has called a meeting in order to form the cabinet, or he has called a meeting with a view to forming the cabinet. In the second case, forming becomes the gerund, with a view to. Next is, he has got up early in order to he can catch the bus to Delhi. He has got up early in order to he can catch the bus to Delhi. Now, what is the error in this sentence? It is in order to he. Okay, you have to use the infinitive form of the verb with in order. As I mentioned it previously in my last sentence, the correct statement would be he has got up early in order to catch the bus from Delhi. You cannot introduce another sentence with in order to. Another clause with in order to is wrong, because the verb follows to, which is infinitive form. To plus verb is infinitive form. Or we have another possibility. You can introduce so that. Now let's reread the sentence. He has got up early so that he can catch the bus to Delhi. So what is the purpose of so that? So that introduces a clause with a purpose. And what is the purpose of in order to? It comes along with infinitive verb with a purpose. He has got up early in order to catch the bus to Delhi. Or you can say he has got up early so that he can catch the bus to Delhi. So along with so that comes the clause. What is a clause? A subject and a predicate. A subject and a verb is always followed with so that. This is a subject and this is a verb or predicate. Next we have, this is the same person who I saw yesterday. This is the same person who I saw yesterday. What is the error? Who. We don't use who in such situations. We use whom. This is the same person whom I saw yesterday. So the verb in this sentence is. The object of this verb is the same person. If you have to refer to the object of this verb, then whom is used commonly instead of who. Whom refers to the person who is the object of this verb. In such cases, whom is more precise and commonly used than WHO. She could not join the college due to poverty. At first glance, we feel that nothing is incorrect, everything is appropriate, but no, I don't say this is totally incorrect, but then more correct or more appropriate would be owing to. She could not join the college owing to poverty. Okay, if you ask me why, I would say that if there is result in the first half of the sentence which is followed by cause, then usually we use owing to. Okay, if you have to use owing to, then result comes first and then the cause. But if you have to use the expression due to, then result will come after the cause. Okay, first will be cause and then the result if you have to use due to. For example, the admission cancelled due to some problem will be investigated. Okay, so result and cause is equal to owing to. Cause and result is equal to due to. We have the next sentence here. Though first you are often the last to leave. Though first you come, you are often the last to leave. Now, what is the error in this statement? This one, okay? Why it is wrong? Because if you have to introduce something contrary or contradiction in the first half itself, when you begin and you have to introduce a contradiction, then you use however. Okay, however first you are often the last to live. Moreover, there is one more condition, that if the second word is an adjective and if the sentences are contradiction, then in such cases you have to use however. However first you come, you are often the last to leave. Okay, though first you are sounds a little bit of poetic language, a poetic line. So for a normal sentence construction, you can use however first you are, however speedy you are. We say however fast you are, you slow down in the end. Okay, so when you have to introduce contradiction in the beginning itself, and when the second word is mostly adjective, then in such cases you can use however. Next is, I do not know to whom I'll go to the concert. Means you are trying to speculate, you are trying to guess, you are trying to think of some person who can assist you or help you into coming with you for the concert. You are trying to speculate, you are trying to guess and think, is there anyone or any friend I have who can come with me to the concert? You are thinking of someone. Okay, so let's reread the statement. I do not know to whom I'll go to the concert. So this expression or usage is wrong. We say with whom. Okay, with is a preposition which means accompanied by, escorted by, in the company of. The correct version is I don't know with whom I'll go to the concert. Next is, he is not a good person. He has a little kindness for others. Okay, so in the beginning of the sentence itself, the speaker is introducing something very contrary about the person, something very pessimistic or negative about the person. Okay, the sentence has already told us that he is not good. And then in the second part of the sentence it says, he has a little kindness for others. Now there is a confusion among people between a little and little. A little means some or small quantity. He has some kindness in him. But little means hardly any. He has no kindness at all. If you are introducing something very negative in the beginning itself, then you need to say he has only little kindness, which means he hardly has any kindness. He has no kindness at all. He is not a good person. He has little kindness for others, which means he has very minute kindness or hardly any kindness or no kindness. Next is, I know nothing except bangles. I know nothing except bangles. There is a wrong homophone locked up in the sentence, and that is accept. Accept means to agree, to take, to receive. But except means exclude. Okay, I know nothing except bangles. This is the correct word. Other than bangles, I know nothing. So that's it all for today. For more grammar videos, homophones, synonyms and advanced English phrases, stay tuned, stay updated, like, share, subscribe.